Hey, what's up everyone, the French Monkey here, and welcome to another Backstage commentary. And today we are going to talk about my latest daily that I did. And I want to talk about the scatter object that we have inside of Octane and how I was able to create this kind of city. So, of course, this looks way more complicated than it actually is. It was fairly easy to make all of this happen, and as you can see here, I also had a model I did last year that I never really used, so it was the perfect place to actually put it. And yeah, so this project is available on my Patreon page, so be sure to become a Patreon to support these daily project and Backstage commentary videos. So yeah, let's get inside Cinema4D, and as you can see, the project is looking like this. So I'm going to close my lights so I can show you what's happening, and I'm going to close my shading as well. So we have a couple of stuff that I added in the scene. We have the scatter, the neon lights, which is fairly it's just squares that I added inside of a cloner over my plane here. And as you can see, with the building in between, it looks like street lighting, which was pretty dope. So I'm going to close my neons, and I'm going to talk about the scattering options that I created here. So if you open the Octane scatter, you will see a bunch of models. Of course, these are not all unique. I probably had like 10 models that I took from my TFMSTYLE everyday asset pack. So this pack is free. It's $2 because Gumroad has a limitation on the size, so I had to put a price here. But if you read below, I have an actual code you can use at checkout to actually download this for free. And this is a pack with over, well, almost 300 models now that I did over the years. And yeah, so inside of this pack, I was able to get these different cube extrusion that I had. So I'm going to copy these and I'm going to transfer them into a new file so I can show you how they look like. So as you can see, it's nothing really special. It's just some Boolean and extrusions that I did a while back inside of Cinema4D. I've been using these because, as you can see here, I'm mostly playing with the silhouette and reflection of the building. And I also kind of made this shader to kind of fake the illusion of having windows. So yeah. And something that I wanted to show you is that inside of the scatter object, I duplicated these 3 times, and I just changed the rotation because I wanted to rotate them by 90 degrees. So half of them have a 90 degrees rotation and the other half has a 180 degrees rotation. And I did this to randomize my object in the scene, because even with the random effector here, I didn't want it to rotate them randomly. I wanted to have a fixed rotation of 90 degrees. So yeah, something that I wanted to show you that helped me out is that sometimes you will have models that don't have the right axis or don't have the axis on the bottom part. And to do that is very simple. So let's say I have a building right here. I'm going to make it editable, and I want my axis to be on the bottom so that I can scale up and down without having it moving up and down in the air. So to do that, I'm going to select my cube. I'm going to go to my mesh, axis, and axis center. And all I have to do is to turn down the y-axis to minus 100%, hit execute. And now, as you can see, the axis is right down in the bottom. So if I zero out the coordinates, I can now scale it up and down without having to worry if the plane is going in the air or not. So it's always going to be on the floor. And yeah, so that's the small tip that I had for you for these kind of models. And I'm going to go back here to my project, and inside of the Octane scatter. So to use that it's very easy. I just created a plane. I added my plane into the surface here. So the distribution is set to surface, and I just played around the seeds. And the only thing that I changed was the inside of the scale option. I added a noise to kind of to scale it up and down with the noise. So I use the cell noise, which has grayscale squares. So I thought this was pretty cool to create kind of small district, you know, one bigger than the other. And I'm not sure if you can actually see that, but yeah, you can see here small portions with a bigger building than other. So this is why I used this cell noise. Inside of the effector, I also added a random to furthermore, you know, accentuate the scale randomly. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I played around with the seed to try and find something that I liked. I then added my model in the middle. So this is a robot, but in this render, it looks like, you know, a big building with a capsule on top. And once I added that, I added 2 lights to light the top part of the building. And I then added my neons on the floor. So it's just some torus. I just decreased the ring segments to 4. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you found this little breakdown helpful. And yeah, guys, be sure to download the project file and tag me on Instagram if you used any assets from this so I can see what you guys are making. Cheers, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow with another Backstage commentary.